22 after 10 o'clock. Well, many people are calling to share their stories, of course, saying most of them that they enjoy the music, they remember the songs, they love the song. Some are crying because of that emotional journey upon which they embarked when we started the tribute to Lata Mangeshkar. Basde Maharaj called to say that he met Lata Mangeshkar. Well, in front of me is a man who interacted with her as president of the National Council of Indian Culture. But before that, since the 60s, he's had that relationship with Lata Mangeshkar in a way in which I had a relationship with her by playing her music on the radio. I welcome my brother Hans.
Thank you very much. And yes, my first song, the first Indian song to be played on Radio Guardian was by Mohammad Rafi. But then came Lata Mangeshkar. And talking about 610 radio, Kamaluddin Muhammad occupied offices in the 610 building.
First floor.
On the first floor. And the NCIC hosted Lata. And I took her to pay a courtesy call on the minister who was then Minister of Local Government and Minister of Health. And it was a wonderful experience. The greetings to Lata by Kamaluddin Muhammad.
Did he speak in Hindi to her?
When she was leaving, yes. And he also Urdu and some Farsi. Yes, he was at his best. And so was she.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was she like, in your opinion?
Well, I don't know if it ever occurred to you, or you looking at pictures of Lata Mangeshkar and meeting her in person. When I looked at pictures, I saw a resemblance to our mother.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yes. So when I first met her, in Guyana actually, I looked for that, and I saw that. She was very gentle. I suppose when she was backstage, it was a different story. In her continuous journey for excellence. But driving her from Port of Spain to San Fernando, we talked about small things, about families, about the culture. She looked at the hills and she said, it reminds me of Kashmir, that sort of thing.
It was Mukesh, I'm told, who introduced her to Trinidad and Tobago. He'd come before and said to her, you must go to this island of Trinidad and you will be like you are at home.
Yes, he had come here. He too, outside of the stage, was such a charmer. And I saw his relationship at lunch with his relationship with a starch mango, a perfect starch mango. And before he started enjoying it, he was looking at it. I suppose the artist in him, it was pure. There weren't any skirmishes, nothing. It was just a divine offering to the great singer.
And I have seen photographs of Mukesh that look like a starch mango. But I want to take you back to 610 for a minute, and the days of Mamta. Rahe na rahe. I was not yet on the radio, but I was listening to 610, the 610 Parade of Hits. Carl Redhead, I think, the chief announcer was the presenter of that show before David Elcock took it over. And Rahe Na Rahe made the charts, the top of the charts on many occasions.
And it was the first Hindi song to get into the 610 parade. And it had overwhelming popularity in Trinidad and Tobago. So, the first time I interviewed Dr. Keith Rowley, as he came into the studio, he told me the story of his growing up in Tobago, listening while he's doing his homework to 610 radio and Melodies of India, and identified for me the song that he still remembers, Rahe Na Rahe Hum, by Lata Mangeshkar. Then, a couple of years later, I went to Tobago to broadcast the opening of the festival. And the head of the festival commission, on being introduced to me, also talked about the song from Mamta. And on Friday of this week, I met the acting chief executive officer of the Telecommunications Authority of Trinidad and Tobago, Mrs. Cynthia Reddock Downs. And she gave me her story about Rahe Na Rahe Hum.
रहे न सदा सी सुनोगे चलते चलते वहीं पे कहीं हम तुमसे मिलेंगे बनके कली बनके सबा बागे वफा में रहे ना रहे हम महका करेंगे बनके कली बनके सबा बागे वफा में रहे ना रहे हम.
Consider the music of old and compare it with a modern world and be the judge of its influence on people in different walks of life. These songs transport us to a period of peace and solemnity that the world needs as we speak. Do you agree?
I agree totally. Totally. And the ambassador, Lata Mangeshkar. You know, there's a story. This carnival time, I was recording Melodies of India, and David Alcock walked into Master Control with a visitor, and the visitor went closer to the turntable to listen to the song that was being played. It was a Lata song from Mother India. When I was finished, David and his friend were still in Master Control, and David called out to me, introduced me to his friend, who said that he was from Nigeria, but living in the States, and that he came here every carnival. And the visitor said to me, he asked me, is that song from Mother India? And I said, yes. And he said, I have seen the movie Mother India 4 times. And I asked whether it was in subtitles. And he said, no, there were no subtitles. But I saw it once. I wanted to see it again. I saw it 4 times because the story is about Mother India, and Mother India is Mother Nigeria.
Yes, that's why we have Anthony Batson.
Yes.
Singing Bollywood songs.
Yes.
And we have Quincy Charles doing Kathak dance in Delhi. And there is this young lady from Guyana who migrated to the United States, and she sings bhajans. Afro-Guyanese woman.
Okay. Yeah.
Beautifully. So it's a tribute to Lata Mangeshkar this morning on Ancestral Treasures, 101.7 FM. This hour is jointly with the best wishes of Midnight Blue Bar of Dumfries Road, Hermitage Village in San Fernando, Daily Bread Bakery of the Eastern Main Road in Tacarigua, and Biram Kisoon Hardware of Naparima Mayara Road in Rio Claro.
मन की सितार देखो प्यार हो गया देखो प्यार हो गया लागे तुम संग
आने वाली है वो होंगे जब संग संग आने वाली है वो
राहुल तेरी जीत मेरी नई नई हार देखो प्यार हो गया देखो प्यार हो गया
आजा चलें एक साथ आजा आजा चलें एक साथ लेके हाथ में हाथ
लागे चल सारा जग कहीं जान लेना बात लागे चल सारा जग कहीं जान लेना बात
हुआ जब एक बार कहीं छुपता है प्यार देखो प्यार हो गया देखो प्यार हो गया प्यार में देना ये नहीं प्यार की है रीत दगा प्यार में देना ये नहीं प्यार की है रीत तुम्हें मुझको निखार मैं हूँ तुझको निखार देखो प्यार हो गया देखो प्यार हो गया आई झूठी बहार लाई दिल का करार देखो प्यार हो गया